One of the greatest challenges today is learning how to heal our hearts. A broken heart can affect the rest of your life. A broken heart can cause depression. A broken heart can cause you to make decisions in your life so that you don't fulfill your personal destiny. You see, it's through our heart, an open heart, that we're able to align with our personal destiny, with the spirit which is within us, that part of us that feels inspired, enthusiastic, purposeful, motivated, and feels strong desire in a positive direction. Not desire for what I don't want, but for desire what I do want. And all of us want to love. And when we stop loving, that's where we start deviating. And that's where we start experiencing a life of boredom, a life of mediocrity, a life of suffering, a life of antidepressants, a life of weight gain, a life of depression, a life of anxiety. All these kinds of emotional distress that people are experiencing today is really because we have a higher level of consciousness that allows us to feel that we're off base. You see, when we're going off base, how do you know you're off base? How you're off your purpose in life is suffering. When you're suffering, you're off base. And when you're suffering, your heart is closed. Your heart is broken. We have to learn to heal our hearts, whether it be a little stress, which is a shock, something changes, or a big stress, which is a huge shock. Now, the huge shocks shut down our immune system and our digestion, which leads to heart disease, which leads to cancer. There's so much research showing this, that when you have, some huge shock in your body, in your life, a child dies, a relative won't talk to you, one of your children won't talk to you, a business fails, a divorce, a breakup, a heartbreak, a rejection, all of these kinds of big shocks in our life, if we don't resolve them and heal them, we get sick. And this is the ultimate cause. And there's so much research showing this. Now, why this more than any other time before? Because we're more conscious. When you're more conscious, then when you deviate from the truth, you suffer more. So how do we heal our hearts? The art to healing the heart, and I go into this great detail in my book, Mars and Venus Starting Over. Also in my first book I wrote over 30 years ago called What You Feel You Can Heal, is we have to learn how to identify the emotions underlying our stress or our trauma. Not the feeling thoughts, like I feel like I'm alone, but the emotion, I feel sad that I'm alone. It's the emotion that brings us back to alignment. It's the negative belief that takes us further away. So whenever you're feeling something and you're associated with frustration or stress or disappointment, and you're feeling something, those feelings are the sign that you're off balance. When you can bring in the emotion of that feeling belief, like I feel like I'm alone, I feel like I'm not good enough, I feel like I'm not achieving, I feel like no one loves me, I feel like I blew it, I feel like I won't get another opportunity. Those are all just beliefs that we feel. And when you feel a belief, you actually affirm it stronger and you stay broken. So the way you come back to healing is you feel the belief, and then you find out what's the emotion, and then feel the emotion, because emotions are always in motion. They change. They release blocked energy. They release the stale energy. They open our hearts again, because now we're feeling that pure emotion that has nothing to do with rational. It's caused by rational thought, but it's just emotion. So feel the emotion, what thought is associated with it, and then go down the scale of emotions from anger or whatever your first emotion is. Feel that emotion, then go to a deeper level. Now, if it's anger, then I'm feeling sad. And what am I feeling sad about? And explore that for a few minutes. And then what am I afraid of? And explore that for a few minutes. Or scared or worried or concerned. And these are all emotions as opposed to feeling thoughts. Then go down to regret and sorrow and shame and feel those emotions. And then underneath it, once you get all four, a catharsis takes place, the 4 levels. Catharsis takes place, and then you're able to experience an alignment with the energy of your soul. What is it that I wish? What is it that I want? What is it that I'm needing? These are the kinds of feelings that come up at that point as you're releasing that blocked energy, which is the negative emotion. By feeling it and communicating it actually is even better, but writing it out can make a huge difference. And that's called the feeling letter technique. Anger, sadness, fear, regret. Then comes love and what you want, forgiveness if that seems appropriate, what you know to be the case, what you understand, and what you appreciate, what you're grateful for. These are the levels of emotion. I've written about them in my many books. Men Are From Mars, it's in the back of that book. It's my first book, What You Feel You Can Heal. I go deeply into this healing the heart business in my book, Why Mars, in my book, I've written lots of books. In my book, How to Get What You Want and Want What You Have. That's the book that I wrote with Oprah. When I did 7 shows on Oprah, I taught to her company. I coached her for many years. This was my message of how to heal the heart, help us to recover from the stresses of life so we can stay aligned with our true life's purpose and experience fulfillment on an ongoing basis as we continue to learn more in our lives. I hope this will give you some insight and direction into moving in that direction of healing your heart. And usually with a big heartbreak, it can take 9 months to heal if you're very regular. And doing this process of going through the feelings again and again, it's like a wave. You know, you crash down and you feel the depth of the feeling and the wave rises up and you feel good again, like you've done it, but it will come back. You go back down, you come back up, you go back down, you go through it again and again and again and again. And the outcome is you come back stronger. Your heart is more open than ever before. For example, if you break a bone, you have to reset the bone, put it in a cast, but when it grows back, it grows back stronger. So know that there is a silver lining to that cloud of despair when we feel a huge loss and a breaking of the heart. But we can come back and become more loving and more dedicated and find our alignment with our true purpose. I speak in much greater depth of this on this particular show, Healing the Heart, at marsvenus.com. Love to see you there. Have a great day.